couldn't imagine doing anything else other than the human figure. Landscapes don't really interest me that much. Abstraction doesn't interest me at all. And we're complex beings, and I'm the most complex person I know, let's face it, and we all are, to ourselves. And if we go round the corner here, this is my darling Janine, with the flowers behind her. And there's my flowery self-portrait. This is Robbie Coltrane, which is in the portrait gallery. And that had accidentally fallen onto a front page of the Dundee Courier and stuck to the page, and it wasn't mounted at all. So when they got it, they mounted it up as it was. So that was an accidental mounting innovation. You have to draw them, first of all, and that gives you a chance for them to speak to you and just ask them a question, and then you just set them off because they're slightly nervous when they come along, as I am when they come along. But I've got something to occupy myself, so they chat away, and you're sometimes very surprised by what somebody reveals, because I've nothing else to do but sit there, and I don't say that much because I'm busy drawing them. So they're teased out. They have to talk to me, otherwise it's very, very, very boring.
John works himself into the ground, and I suspect if it weren't for this restraining aspect of Janine making sure that he eats and goes to sleep, that he would work around the clock. He's a man that can't say no to anything. He's incredibly generous with his time and generous with his pictures. There's a couple of works in here that, of course, he's done sort of pretty quickly of his children, and you can see the intimacy in those. And he can almost do, as he did with the portrait of Tilda sitting on her scripts, he can do it from memory as well. He's so familiar with their faces. He's drawn particularly to people that he is intimate with, friends, family, and also people that he likes, and he is very selective about the commissions that he takes on for that reason. He wants to know and like the person that's standing in front of him.
The intimacy comes from the subject matter, and if you're straightforward and honest about the thing you're doing, that feeling will come across, and it's imbued in the drawing. Drawing I did of Tilda, which is there. Well, she was taking the children off to the Gaelic nursery. We were living in Hill of Fern, which is near Tain at the time, and she had 20 minutes. And I said, hang on. I messed up her hair, and I had a red chalk and a black Conti pencil. And 20 minutes later, she was off in the car with the twins. It was a labour of love, a 20-minute labour of love, so it was very short. And this one I hadn't seen for a while. This is in the City Art Centre in Edinburgh. And it's a kind of version of me, which I don't really recognise. I mean, that's more like me up there, that one there, as I am now, but this was a while ago. And looks slightly chubbier, chubby version. Chubsome.
I think any artist that repeatedly paints themselves, there's always the accusation of narcissism, and that just isn't the case with John at all. It is just self-examination, questioning of why we are here, and you can see from many of his portraits, you know, he caricatures himself of anything. He makes a joke out of himself. He makes it comic. It's almost a self-examination of what's inside. It's the superficial is of much less interest to him.
What do you think when you get up in the morning, or what do you think when you go to bed? You never sort of quiz yourself, and you've got the means to do that, forensic examination of your psyche and your exterior, and what that exterior contains. It contains so much wonderful and marvellous things. People seem to skip over that quite lightly, the appearance of people, and that's your outward face to the world. I can't even imagine why it doesn't intrigue everybody. What you have to do is capture the spirit of the person you're drawing. And I can see the spirit in all of them.
As time has gone on, his confidence has grown and he's become happier in what he's doing, even though it is singularly different from anything else going on in Scotland or in fact the UK now and in the last few decades. I suppose what it says about John is that he bucks the trend. He's quite stubborn, I suppose, in that respect. Charmingly stubborn. He paints what he wants to paint, how he wants to paint it, and when he wants to paint it.
It's a very private pursuit, painting. And if you're not unconsciously thinking about the whole thing, then it's pointless, you know. So it is a conversation with your psyche, with that doesn't sound too, you know. So it goes on and on and on, and I can't put it more pretentiously than that. Let's face it.